I want to apologize for the bad lighting, but I don't really have another way to do this. I can't take screenshots anymore because of whatever's wrong with this phone. But today we're looking at my BlackBerry Priv. Yes, it's a 3-year-old phone, but it is, or should still be working. This is the program, and you can see it's still even coming up, called DTEK by BlackBerry. It's what BlackBerry puts on their devices in order to gauge the strength of the security and the strength of the operating system, etc. They give you regular updated notifications letting you know if you need to change any settings or if there's apps trying to access sensitive data that shouldn't or something to that effect. It's actually a nice little program, but it's running all the time and it's taking up extra memory and processing power and everything that you may not otherwise want to share. As you can see right now, mine is poor. So if we, can we even scroll up? There we go. So this is a BlackBerry. It says you are not using a BlackBerry device. I promise you, the device in my hand is a BlackBerry Priv. Operating system. Your device is running a version of Android that is not designed for your BlackBerry. All I know is that 2 years ago I bought this phone. I bought it brand new. It was new old stock. Yeah, new old stock. Had never been used before. I'm its first owner. I opened it, and all it's had is the regular BlackBerry updates to either Android or the various apps or whatever the case may be. The integrity of the operating system is compromised. Doesn't tell you how, just tells you that it is, and that there are unused permissions. That one I did go through. I have a handful of apps that I haven't deleted, but that I don't use very often, but I want to keep on hand in case I want to use them. So yeah. So anywho, that's just the status. Let's, you can see, I mean, doing anything on this device is incredibly difficult. System. So I already clicked system. It took about 3 seconds to launch up. Okay, so that gave us the exact same information. Let's get the sun out, the light out of your face. Okay, events. I think we already looked at that. Yeah, so we're gonna go through a couple of settings here. Scan. Because I think once the battery gets up enough and once some files, including this video, get loaded up to the internet, I'm going to do a factory reset. And it's still working. And what you can't tell in the video is how incredibly hot this device is. It is burning hot in my hand. It'll come in handy in a couple of months when it's really cold outside, but right now, there's times I can't even put it in my pocket or hold it in my hand because it's so hot. We're still checking unused permissions, apparently. Probably running through all the apps. Apparently this is going to take longer than I thought. Let's just get out of it. We already saw the results. So there's some apps. Some of them BlackBerry apps that I'm not going to use. Like BlackBerry Preview, I don't use that one very often. Aurora, I don't use that one very often. BlackBerry Help, I don't use that one very often. Content Transfer, don't use that one very often. DTEK, that's the one we were just in. Golden Hour, I don't use that one very often. Hoopla, I've used it once. Yeah, I mean, you can see there aren't any questionable apps. There's no questionable games or anything. These are all certified Google or whatever apps, you know, certified app developers. So let's get out of there. And we'll go to settings and we'll do a memory check. Yeah, the phone's actually getting hotter. And I just watched the battery go down. That was a funny thing. This morning I left the house and the battery was at 100%. By the time I got to work, it was at 63%. By the time we broke for lunch, it was at 4%. So storage and USB, as you can see, not using all of my storage. There's plenty of space. You know, more than half of internal storage and more than half of SD card space available. Memory, this is the one that usually gets me. Right now it's running at 2.1 gigabytes of RAM. Sometimes it runs at 2.6 or 2.8. Yeah, waiting for that to open. You can see Android system is using most of it. Google Play services. It's actually a lot lower than it was an hour ago when I checked. But then you got BlackBerry launcher, BlackBerry hub services, BlackBerry keyboard. I was streaming some music earlier. DTEK. Actually, these numbers are a lot better than they usually are. But yeah, it's still high numbers. You know, when you're looking at only 3 gigs. So let's get out of there. Sorry for the shaky video. I'm doing this by hand. I don't have anything on a tripod or anything. Battery. I haven't looked at this one in a while because battery just horrible. Yeah, you can see right there. 100% at 6:30 this morning. At lunch, it was so dead. And then I left it on the charger for a couple hours. Apparently I have to delete datally. But yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of things that are just, there's something wrong. The power button stopped working on this phone a couple of months ago. I'm clicking it right now. It's not doing anything. I don't know if a reset will help that. I don't know if it's just broken on the inside. But the volume can still work. You know, there's a volume up, volume down. Okay. But what I really wanted to do was open a couple of apps here and see how long it takes. So pushing news and weather now. That was actually not too bad. So, and that's the other thing. A lot of times when I open apps, they force close or they go into a app not responding mode. It's quite annoying. I am on Wi-Fi here. It's not the best Wi-Fi because it's CenturyLink, but it's still waiting for it to update. Okay. So let's get out of there. What did I have open here recently? Photos. Yeah, it's ironic. I start recording video and all these photos are opening much quicker than they normally do. Or all these apps, sorry. I can't tell you how many times they just crash. Here's DTEK telling me sensitive permissions were accessed for no reason whatsoever. I think it's the microphone. But you can see how slow that was. Yeah, microphone. Google Voice always activating my microphone every time I get a call, every time I make a call, every time I get near a call. I'm trying to think. What else do I have? Camera. That took about 2 seconds to launch. As you can see, it's not opening pretty quick. Front facing. Yeah, we know the front facing camera's in use. Oh, shoot, that's a mess. Sorry, got to see the mess. Oops. Calendar. So, what other apps do we have? What else can we open real quick? I'm actually really surprised that, yeah, so Chrome's taking forever to load. I mean, even earlier. I don't know what's going to come up on Amazon. Something I looked at, yeah. Actually, just got those in the mail today. I hate these websites that don't back out. They just keep going back. What else do we got? I'm not going to open Gmail because I don't want you to see my email. Pixlr, photo editing app. Let's open that one. And my little image down here on the bottom of the screen didn't come back, so I don't know what it looks like. The phone is just getting hotter in my hand. I've changed hands a couple of times. Pixel's still not opening. Yeah. Sorry, I was trying to press the, there's a camera icon here. There we go. That was marked out. I didn't know if that was preventing me from seeing or... Anywho, you can see Pixel still hasn't opened. Now I'll admit I haven't Pixel in a while, but still. Let's see. I changed hands again, by the way. That's me trying to get into... Oh, there's Pixel. Here we go. Got a bunch of apps going, photos, news and weather, events, camera, Chrome, Pixel. I'm recording this on YouTube Gaming. But you can see, I mean, things just take forever. Parrot. I do a lot of dictation. That took a minute. Get back out. It's actually not working as bad as it usually does. That's the worst part about it. I need to remove... Well, I'm hoping in a couple hours, maybe before I go to bed, to reboot this damn thing. But I have to wait for the files and stuff to get loaded up to the internet. Into the cloud. Snapseed. Yeah. Earlier today, while this was plugged in, and I'm trying to make a phone call, I had 3 apps all fail at the same time. There was nothing I could do about it. Earlier today, when I was just trying to open up text messages, because I received some messages I wanted to check. I never even checked that. It had a bunch of apps force closed because whatever. And of course, now that I'm recording, it's working fine. Not fine, but still, it's working better than it's worked in days. And I can't reboot the phone because the power button doesn't work. That's me pushing the power button. Does not do a damn thing. You can hold it in, you can do... And the phone is getting incredibly hot. What else is there? So, I don't want to open my calendar. Yeah, I tend to use the same apps over and over and over again, so... like I use Chrome every day. All right, let's try File Explorer. Let's see what happens. See how long that's taken? And remember, I cleared all the running apps. Got an email in, okay. SD card, it says it's empty. It's not empty. It takes a second. It'll populate the folders. There we go. Okay. Get out of there. I already hit the button once. Okay, so twice. There we go. What else is there? Yeah. I don't know. It seems to be working okay right now. Better than it has in days, but still. T-Mobile Tuesdays. Let's see if that does anything. I don't know what the deal is. I really don't. If you have T-Mobile, you know T-Mobile Tuesdays are. If you don't have T-Mobiles, you know how completely useless it is. Hey, save $25 a gallon on Shell. Okay, gas price is going up. Oh, look, a travel mug, because nobody has many of those. Free travel mug for a friend. Yeah, definitely don't need that. Prizes from Panera Bread. Okay, yeah. Get out of there. So, as you can see, it's been 10 minutes. I got a phone is cooling down. You have, it's getting so hot. Let's see. Cooling down your phone is so hot, taking steps, you can still use it, but you may notice the screen dim, the phone might slow down as if it could get any slower. Charging might pause. Problem is, it's always running hot like that. If I put it on the charger at night, just put it on the charger. it runs hot like that. I put it on the charger in the truck, it runs hot like that. At the moment, it's plugged into the USB port on my computer, and it's running hot like this. So, anywho, apparently I'm not going to get the kind of result